All right, we got a lot of exciting stuff coming up. We got the PTS opening up tomorrow with the Demeter build, so everybody can go and check that out in the DU announcements section on the Discord if you're not already in there. But for today, we're going to be taking a look at another ship from Tic Tac Jim, the Ranger. Hello, Philanovians. My name is Rob, and welcome to another episode in our review series. Today, we are taking a look at the TTA Ranger by Northman Engineering, or more specifically, Tic Tac Jim. Dropped this off earlier, 2 days ago, I think. But I'm just getting around to it today. And we're going to try to do this without me saying that this is sexy, because I need better descriptors. It is luminous. It is beautificus. It's nice. It's very nice. It's nice looking. So it follows along with the same design elements as the Omega, which we have reviewed in another episode in this series. However, a little bit more compact, but it follows the same kind of design look, I would say. Like, if you put these next to each other, you could definitely tell that they're from the same design line. So going around the exterior, we've got some really cool lines. I love the way the cockpit just kind of pushes out the front here with some really cool curves. And if you haven't seen the video that NQ posted earlier today on the new Vertex tool that's coming up, that's going to allow for some really cool designs in the future without having to get into like hardcore voxelmancy. So I'm very excited about that. You should go check it out if you haven't already. But we are looking at this ship. So we've got all of the usual stuff, a lot of really cool design elements, some circular protrusions that just add to the design. I love how these kind of pods are connected. It very much looks like they rotate and stuff, but of course they don't rotate. But it looks like they could, and I wish this game had some kind of like mechanical components, kind of like Starbase does, where you could actually have the engines rotate. That would be really cool. All right, so we've got a ton of vertical boosters on the bottom here, and I really like the whole Lumiglass in the middle here that just accents them even more, and they're very well lined up with the bottom of the hull here. What else do we got? Well, in these pods we also have some retro rocket brakes. There's a lot of retro rocket brakes on this ship. We've got maneuvering thrusters and all that stuff in here. The adjusters are very well hidden. I dig the way the landing gear comes down here, kind of like it's part. I mean, it is clipping into this section right here a little bit, but they're high enough up that it doesn't like make the ship look like it's like super high off the ground. And we've got some really cool use of the large landing gear and then a medium landing gear on the front there, so it lines up very well. All right, on the back here we have some advanced military engines: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 22 advanced atmospheric engines. You can see there is a ton of ailerons and wings and everything else, and nothing is clipped as far as I'm aware on this. And there's a cat meowing at me. So lots of wings, lots of ailerons for lift. And in addition, we've got these extra large uncommon maneuver space engines, which are very fuel efficient. I like maneuver space engines. And they're very well placed in there and hidden and not like ruining the design with their yellowness because they are very yellow. So that is cool. I mean, you could see them on the front here, that kind of yellow there, but that's the only place you can really see them. And I mean, that's kind of good, so you can get in there and do some repair work. I mean, you could do it from the back too, but it's cool. I mean, we've also got this like yellow stripe here, so it kind of ties in. And also the yellow on the front line, orange, I guess it's more orange, but good use of stuff. Added more to the yellow here with this cool matte yellow plastic piece there. So it just kind of worked it into the design. So very nice, very nice. Let's go ahead and hop up on top here. We'll see the top section. Whee! You can see we've got more adjusters on the side here, and we do have these 4 adjusters, large adjusters on the tops of the pods at the extensions for roll, which is nice, and more at the front and back for pitch up, pitch down. And then you can see all of the retro rocket brakes very nicely sunk in, because I really don't like the little push outs on the retro rocket brakes. So I like that. We'll see if that makes a difference when they actually do the next patch. I don't think it will. I think micro voxel covering stuff should probably still be okay. I think they're just more concerned with clipping elements together. So we got some redness going on here, even though that engine is not blocked at all. The game likes to be wonky sometimes. But yeah, tons of space brakes, so this thing should slow down very well in space. And this ship is rated for 8.5 kilotons of lift in 1G. So very good capacity there. And we also have a shield generator built in, so some protection there. All right, let's go ahead and hop up inside. The interior is really pretty nice. And it's just on a thing there, or what do you call it, the sensor. So it just opens everything up. And inside we've got some really cool design elements. It's very open, just like the Omega was. It's got this big hangar bay here where you could park a smaller, extra small perhaps. And I like this hangar doors on the bottom here. It's a really cool element, and you just push the button here and everything opens up, and we get this like red flashing light, like warning, the bay is open. So really cool there. And we've got the shield generator up there, very nicely done as well. And we'll go ahead and close the doors again. We've also got some ore depth charts here, which are not, which is going to be not very useful in the coming days. You can still check out like what ores on what planet, I suppose, unless they're going to change that too. We've got these maintenance access areas over here where you can get to the landing gear and the cargo pods, and your fuel tanks up here. I think you can still get those from the inside. Yeah, so you got the 2 space tanks there that you can service. And of course we've got the territory scanner right here in the middle, so easy for plopping down and scanning your territory. It looks like we're missing some lighting. Yeah, it looks like we're missing a long light L on this column right there. Don't know what happened to that one. And the Ranger logo right there. This little bow and arrow. Very nice. Indeed. All right, so let's go up to the next level, and we'll go up. There we go. All right, so that elevator goes right to the bridge. You also have the shield generator here, which we can turn on and get some shielding, right? And we get some corridors here with some more cool design work that goes right around here and up to the next floor. But if we go back here, we can get to all of the engines and wings, and there's your Atmo fuel tank, one of the Atmo fuel tanks. So good maintenance areas, and then we can come down here to the kind of catwalk here, and get to the territory scanner. The only suggestion I would have with this is possibly like put another elevator right here so you can just get out of your seat and then use the elevator, maybe the up on the elevator to go whoop right over here and then activate and then whoop back to the pilot's area or, you know, downstairs. Because otherwise you got to run around the catwalk here. But just a suggestion. It's not a detractor at all. And then let's go up to the next deck here. On these stairs, you kind of have to hop because they don't. I like the stairs, but you can't just walk up them. You kind of have to hop. We've got a inventory screen here. Activating the inventory screen causes an unhandled exception in the game. Okay, so this is going to be a little weird since OBS apparently deleted some of my, or did not record some of my footage, even though it said it was recording. So I miss a little chunk here. So if this seems a little, since it was light before, now it's dark. Anyway, that's what happened. So I'll turn my flashlight on. Going back to the back here, we have another cool logo there. I don't understand what the whole blue flash thing is at night that I get. We've got some very cool little pods here that you can turn on and off with the activation key. So just force fields in there, but it gives it this like 3D effect kind of with the way that the thing is shaped. So it's really cool. We've got a little room over here, which is kind of like an observation room, but it has our res nodes and our VR pods. And moving further back, we've got our surrogate pod station right there, and the core and the warp drive and a fuel tank just kind of hanging out here, which kind of feels off a little bit. Like we've got all the rest of the structure like very well integrated into the ship, and then this stuff is just kind of like, hey, look at me. So that's just me. But yeah, you can get to all your engines and your wings and your brakes over here and more brakes and some more fuel containers over there for your Atmo fuel. And then around the other side, we have the same thing. So very good access on the interior for repairs and whatnot, right? And then if we go back down the stairs, which down is a lot easier than up, we get back to the bridge here. And we've got the two navigation chairs here with screens. And I like the roller coaster chest belt here, you know, in case you get some asteroid damage or something, you know, the ship starts shaking like in Star Trek, you don't go flying out of your chairs. And then I really like the way the pilot seat is in this ball up here up front. It's really cool. Very nicely designed. I always like to see different cockpit styles with the rather than like the chair just stuck on the ground. So that's pretty cool. I mean, you do have to kind of jump up front here and stand on the windows and get in the seat, but it gives a good view out. So let's move on and get to our flight test. All right, we had a little bit of a permissions issue, but now we are ready to fly. So let's take a look at this. Exterior is very good. As you can see, it's getting dark now. Yeah, she's good looking. All right. There we go, lifting off, landing gear up. They stow away very nicely in there. And let's go ahead and do our little turn in here. I don't know how this would act with weight, but I'm getting hardly any roll here while turning. So very nicely balanced. Oh no, bumper cars. And let's go ahead and throttle up all those engines and get going. Game's being a little stuttery, but what are you going to do there, right? All right, so we got up to speed pretty fast. Again, no weight in here, but very nicely, very smooth. And let's go ahead and do our usual turn-in test here. All right, so there's our line. Let's go ahead and do a yaw test. And I'm sure this is not going to catch up very well. Yes, very slow indeed. So you definitely don't want to do that with any weight, because you'd probably just lose altitude and go crashy. So if we do it the other way, like an actual aeroplane, you can see it catches up very nicely. So with all those stabilizers and wings and ailerons and whatever else we got on there, very nicely turning. I could do a whole turn back towards base there. Whee! Stall warning. A little too fast there. There we go. Yeah, we don't lose very much altitude at all. So very responsive. All right, let's do the thing and go to space. Go to space, going to space. All right, I'll stop that. So the other good thing about maneuver engines is they warm up a lot faster. They don't give as much push, but they warm up a lot faster and they use a lot less fuel. So that's why I like the extra large maneuver space engines. They do really well. They get you up to speed pretty nice, and you don't like suck down a bunch of fuel. Not as fast as if you had like advanced military, but those things are going to drink you dry. Ooh, that didn't sound right. So we're up and going, heading into space. Getting some good speed. Look at that kilometers per hour just shooting up there, right? And I'm all the way up, so yeah, you would get to max speed in a good amount of time and be on your way towards wherever you were going. And, you know, like I thought, the door's spamming out because of the sensor on the front there. Which it's visually annoying to me, but whatever. It's not a detractor. All right, let's go ahead and cut engines and see how fast we stop with all those. Look at all of them. So pretty well. Good braking speed. No complaints there. Oh, too much turn. Okay. We're good. It's okay. So let's go ahead and give it some thrust to brake even faster there. And let me make sure that my waypoint is set towards the right place. Yeah. Because sometimes it doesn't tell me the right one, and then I end up coming back in the atmosphere and going, where am I going? I don't know. All right, so we're still kind of braking. There we go. And now we're moving the other direction. So let's go ahead and fast forward to atmospheric re-entry. But I'm going to guess with the amount of wings that are on this thing, this is coming in pretty well. Pretty well. And I don't know about with 8.5 kilotons. You're probably going to have to land a bit more cautiously. But the ship has been tested for that amount, so it should be good. I don't have the weight to test right now with the way everything's going with being in flux and stuff. You know, everybody's hoarding. Gotta hoard them minerals. All right, coming back in. I did a little, cut that a little close with how fast we were coming in there, but it did it. So good emergency brake test. And we're at 5,000. Let's see how fast that line picks up when we hit the Atmo turnover. We're coming in and whoop, yep, right up. So this thing has no problems, no need for a brake landing. Very good on the wing landing with no weight. No problemo. And we're coming in nice and even and such, and we'll just get over the landing zone here and go ahead and do a brake landing anyway. Whee! Ooh, a little bit not instant. So with 8.5 kilotons, you're going to want to come in very slow, but not slow enough to go under your sustaination speed, right? And we're down. Very nice landing. No crashing, no exploding, no fires, no repairs on anything. So very good, and you can see we used maybe 10% of our Atmo fuel getting out of the atmosphere, and very, very little of the space fuel that was in there. So overall, very good. Very nicely handling. So let's talk about stats and such. Well, not really stats. I don't know what that blue, I get that every once in a while, like this blue. You see that? I don't know what does that. It only happens at night, so I'm guessing it's a shader thing or a lighting issue with the game or something like that. Whoops. So overall, very nice design, very nicely flying, flies very nice, is very good, is very good lines. I'm trying not to use the word that I said I wouldn't use for this review, but she is, even as kind of squat as this ship is. I mean, the fact that there's like everything in here, warp drive, shield generator, cargo for 8.5 kilotons of weight, like this is the ship you want right here, right, for your like everyday general needs. Maybe not for like market runs or anything, but generally, like if you're doing some mining and you need to transport some minerals, this is going to be a good ship for you, especially with the new mining changes coming up. So what kind of stats are we looking at here, or pricing? Well, the BP for this ship will run you about 20 mil, and the token price for this will run you about 150 mil, which is a very good deal considering how much ore costs right now. I recently went through all my ships and did a price update based on current ore costs, and it just shot the price of everything like super high. So hopefully we'll get that ore price drop back down once ore stabilizes again with the new changes. There'll probably be a point where the ore goes even higher and costs are going to be up even more, but hopefully that'll even out. The picture of this thing also does have a AGG on it, so I'm guessing there is a version of this with the anti-grav. This one does not have it. There's also a mention of a DSAT. So, talk to Tic Tac on the different things that you can get with this, and the price and everything else. BPs are available on request. There's not a what do you call it? The thing where you get stuff from dispenser. But you can go to Tic Tac South VR to take a look at the ship yourself, and I'll put all the information in the description as I normally do. So check it out. This thing is a nice little tiny beast, and it's got some good lines. I might just pick one up myself. I stopped sitting on my money like a dragon hoarding, dragon the hoarding thing. Dragons hoard stuff. Yeah, that's what I was going for. So overall, I give this ship a thumbs up. Very good. The only thing I would add would be that elevator to go zippy over to the territory scanner, and maybe a way to disable the sensor on the front here when you're going into space. So maybe a button to toggle those off. I'm not good at logic systems, so I don't know how to do that, but it would be good so you don't have to see the door like spamming open and close and the force field going bzz, 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 bzz. I really wish they'd fix that, though. I mean, really, do we actually need actual particles in space? We can't just have like visual things that don't actually affect sensor fields. I don't know, devs. I mean, it's probably very low on the list of things for them to fix, considering there's a ton of other stuff that needs to be fixed. Oh yeah, and we've got these cool ramps in the back here to get your vehicle up. Oh, and I didn't mention that there's also a screen on the back here. Of course, with the Lua changes coming in with HTML being phased out, I think DU damage is probably on its last iteration, unless somebody picks it up and changes a bunch of stuff to make it compatible with the changes, because I know eventually the HTML is going to be phased out and then these things won't work anymore. So things to consider. So as we wrap up, if you have your own ship that you would like featured on this channel, go ahead and hit me up on Discord. I usually reply pretty fast, and my information's in the description as always. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really does help. And as always, I will see you out there in space. Stay safe, my friends.